Hey guys, how's everybody doing? How y'all doing out there, Facebook? Oh man, I tell you, every time I come on here and talk to y'all, it's tough. It is so tough coming on Facebook Live. Look, I gotta tell you, the reason why it's so tough is I hate looking at myself. Man, I hate it. Woo! No, I mean, that's not a bad thing. I mean, I'm not bad to look at, but I just hate looking at myself. But anyway, I do it for you, baby. If you ever wanted to know, if you ever wanted to see me profess my love to you, I'm on here just for you. Well, anyway, how's everybody doing? And most importantly, how are you feeling? For goodness sakes, we all know when we feel good, we flat out do good. When we feel good, we flat out do good. What's up, Brad? I see you, baby. I see you sneaking in on here. I see you, big timer. Big timer. Anyway, how's everybody doing, guys? We're going to go ahead and get started here in about 15 seconds here. This is going to be about a 30 to 40 minute Facebook Live. And I am so glad to be on here to share this with you guys. Hopefully, if you are in a position to grab a pen and paper, I think it'll be very, very useful for you. If for any reason that you're not able to take some notes and write this down, we will be posting this specific Facebook Live training in two places. Number one, this will be posted on our team's Facebook page. Those of you that are a part of our organization, you know about the team Facebook page. And number two, hey, Tanya, number two, this will also be posted on my YouTube channel as well. So this one right here, guys, is one for the ages. This training right here that I'm doing is definitely one for the ages. I'm going to take my time. I'm not in a hurry here. And I'm going to really make sure that every single person that wants to know how to properly get people started properly, the right way, everybody that wants to know, I'm going to really break it down for you. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about my company, World Global Network. Many of you all around the world, you know that that's the company I'm with. You already know. But listen, for those of you that are not with my company yet, the exact same way that I get a new person started here in World Global Network is the exact same way that I've always gotten people started in any company that I've ever been a part of. Hey, Pastor Gray, good to see you. Good to see you, Pastor Gray. Go ahead and bless this mighty word. Hey, Rob, I see you. All right, guys, I'm gonna continue to give some shout outs for the next 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go ahead and dive in deep. All right. Hey, Leah, what's up, girl? Hey, Drea. To make sure you tell Michael I said happy birthday, my Italiano friend. All right. Hey, Lewis, good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Nola, Nebraska's in the building. All right. Good to see you, Amy. Good to see you. All right, guys, we're going to kick this thing off here in literally 15 seconds. Hopefully by now you've got your pen, paper, and you're ready to really learn how to properly get people started right. I am going to break this down for you. All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and here we go. All right. For those of you that don't know me, if there's such a person out there that still has yet to understand who I am, well, they call me the California Kid. That's right. 39 years old, still a kid at heart. I ain't going nowhere, baby. I ain't going nowhere. As the little boy said, I'm like fine wine. I simply get better with time. Anyway, guys, my name is Romacio Fulcher, double president millionaire here with World Global Network. Before we go ahead and dive in, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my income disclosure statement. Woo! Did you catch that? That's right. We're talking money on here, so I got to talk about the income disclosure statement. All right. Make sure you stop on by worldgn.com for a full income disclosure. Once again, please stop by worldgn.com for a full income disclosure. These numbers that we're getting ready to talk about, these numbers are no guarantee we can make. You must stop by and take a look at the income disclosure statement. All right, guys. Listen, if you're new to my world and we're hanging out here on Facebook, one thing you got to know about me: I love to have fun. And if that's offensive to you, then I'm gonna pray for you. Okay. If that's offensive to you, I'm going to pray for you. Because if we can't have some fun while we're doing it, count me out. I'm out, okay? But I promise you, if you'll listen today, it won't be boring. And I promise you, it will be right on the money. I'm kind of like one of these guys. I just know how to hit it right on the bullseye. Bam! Some guys got it, some guys don't. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's get started here. Let's talk about how to get people started properly. I'm going to break down to you verbatim exactly what I do, okay? And I want to emphasize the word exactly. I'm going to role play it with you right here on Facebook Live. You will not have to question, wonder, well, what does Romacio do to get people started? Now, before I begin, I want to give you some tips here. I don't know everything, okay? So I'm not a braggadocious, boastful type of man. But nor am I ashamed of who I am and the success in my work ethic. I'm very, very proud of what it is that I stand for. I'm very, very proud of my accomplishments. I like to tell people I'm proud of the little that we've been able to accomplish thus far. Many of you may know I've been here with my company for 11 months. And as a little boy says, we doing okay. We doing all right. We doing all right. Anyway, to give you guys some of the results, some of you that may not know us or may not know me, we've put in now over 30,000 people in the business, over 30,000+ in exactly 11 months. Started from scratch. I didn't bring a team. I started from scratch. And so I'm going to break down to you today exactly how to get people started, okay? Getting people started is one of the 7 skills that you will have to master if you plan to become great in this profession. Davila, Obeth, how you doing, Obeth? Good to see you, man. Grab a pen and paper, pull up a seat. You might learn a thing or two. Anyway, getting people started properly is one of the skills that you will have to master. But here's the good news. I'm getting ready to share with you exactly how to do it so you don't even have to think. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to share with you exactly what I do. And I'm going to share with you why I do it. In other words, I'm going to break down the psychology of why I do what I do. So for those of you that want to copy me, you certainly would be copying the right cat. And for those of you that have your personality and, maybe you might want to say it your way or whatever, that's cool too. Most importantly, make sure you understand the framework and the outline of what I'm teaching here today. And I promise you, if you begin to apply this immediately into your business, you will see a significant increase. Significant, all right? So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to use the name Bob, as Bob is the new person that has just joined the team, okay? We're going to call him Bob. And this is exactly what I do, okay? Bob he's just joined. And again, we're going to frame this around World Global Network, my company, all right? But it applies to all companies. So here we go. So this is exactly what I say. So, hey, Bob, first of all, I want to welcome you to World Global Network. I want to welcome you to the family. That's the first thing I do, okay? The second thing that I do, Bob, can you tell me, did you get involved with our company, World Global Network, just for the product and to enjoy it? Or did you also get involved to be able to make a little extra income as well? Did you get involved just for the product, or did you want to make some extra income as well? And let's suppose that Bob says, well, yeah, I definitely want to make some money with this as well. Jeremy Roma, what's up, brother? You know I love you. Jeremy Roma, you're the best. You're the best. Anyway, yeah, Jeremy's a president millionaire here in our company. He's absolutely a rock star. This guy is not normal. He's just not normal. This is not an average man here. I love Jeremy. I love him from the bottom of my heart. He's a necessary force. But anyway, back to what I was. Oh, Jeremy's taking notes, man. This guy, this guy is so humble, man. Taking notes. Jeremy's the pro of all pros. Anyway, let me get back on track. All right. So what I was saying is that the first question I asked the new distributor, Bob, did you get involved with our company, World Global Network, to enjoy the product, or did you also want to make money with this particular product as well? I asked that question. Now, I want to break this down for all of you that are paying attention. The reason I do that is because you cannot assume that just because someone purchased our product, they want to make money. That is not true. You must ask the question first so that you can find out, are they interested in just the product? Because there are some people that say, well, let me just try the product first, see how this works out. And if this goes well, then certainly I want to learn more about making that money. Okay? But you must do that. Okay? So I always ask the question, did you just want to get involved just for the product, or did you also want to make money? Now, let's suppose that in this scenario that Bob says, yes, I would like to also make money. Great. My next question is this. Bob, as it relates to making money, did you want to build this business slowly, or did you want to build it fast? Once again, Bob, as it relates to making money, did you want to build this business slowly, or did you want to make it, or did you want to build it fast? That is the second question that I ask. Second question, did you want to go slow, or did you want to go fast? Let's suppose he says he wants to go slow. That's fine. Fantastic. No problem. Question number 3. Bob, as it relates to making money, how much extra money would you like to see yourself make in this particular opportunity within the very first 30 days to make it worth your while? Once again, Bob, question number 3. Bob, as it relates to making money, how much extra money specifically would you like to see yourself make within the first 30 days to make it worth your while? It's question number 3. And let's suppose Bob says, well, if I could make an extra $3,000, that would kind of get me excited. Fantastic, no problem. Question number 4. Bob, we've helped a lot of people in our company make $3,000 a month and beyond, and we have a simple system that we share with people that helps them achieve that. Question number 4, Bob, to make $3,000 a month, would you be willing to follow some simple instructions to be able to do that? Now, I want to pause here for a moment, because I want you guys to understand the psychology of what I'm doing. I don't just want you to take notes from what I'm saying. I want you to understand why I'm wording, why I'm saying everything I'm saying. Okay? What I've done thus far, let's just pause. I found out if Bob just wants the product or he wants to make money. Number 1. Number 2, I found out the speed. Does he want to go slow? Does he want to go slow, or does he want to go fast? Number 3, this is critical. I found out what is the carrot or the driver of his actions. In other words, how much money do you want to make? Realistically for you within the first 30 days. Once Bob has told me what he wants to make, I now use that as the carrot to make him move forward. Mark Welch, good to see you, brother. Once Bob has told me how much he wants to make, I now use that as the carrot to get him to take action. I'm going to say that again. That's critical. I want to make sure all of you really caught that. That is critical. Once I have found out what Bob is looking for, what he desires. I now use that as the carrot to get him to move forward. Okay? That's critical that you understand. All right. Now, what I want you to notice is what I say next. I want you to notice how all of my sentences begin with what Bob told me that he wanted. Notice this. So Bob, back to the storyline. Here we go. Bob, to make $3,000 a month, are you willing to follow some simple instructions to be able to make that money? Bob says yes. Great. Question number 5. Bob, to make $3,000 a month, okay? Bob, to make $3,000 a month, can you put together a contact list of 75 to 100 different people that you know of within the next 24 to 48 hours? Bob, to make $3,000 a month, can you put together a contact list of 75 to 100 names and numbers within the next 24 to 48 hours? And let's say Bob says, well, sure, I can do that. Now, some people will say, I don't know if I can do 100. Well, can you put together a nice, good list of contacts that we can share this information with within the next 24 to 48 hours? I want them to get to 100. I really do. But some people, believe it or not, they don't think they can get to 100. Although that when they come to our training, they then learn that there were people that they weren't thinking of and they eventually get to 100. But bottom line, number 5 is, Bob, to make $3,000, are you willing? Notice, you hear the language, you hear the language, you hear the language. Are you willing to put together a list of 75 to 100 people within the next 24 to 48 hours? Okay? Number 6, Bob, to make $3,000 a month, are you willing to introduce me to 5 to 10 people within the next 48 to 72 hours that I can help you share this information with? Bob, to make $3,000, are you willing? You hear that? Are you willing? Okay? To introduce me to 5 to 10 people within the next 48 to 72 hours. You can introduce them to me via a Zoom webinar, or you can introduce them to me on a conference call, private. And for those of you that are still doing home meetings, which I don't do those, but for those of you that are still doing home meetings, you can say, hey, listen, you can introduce them to me at your house. But question number 6, once again, Bob, to make an extra $3,000 a month, are you willing to introduce me to 5 to 10 people within the next 72 hours? Now, I want to pause here again. Why did I say the number 72 hours? I want all of you to be humble and write this down. In this profession of network marketing, direct sales, you have exactly 72 hours to make something positive happen for your new distributor. You have 72 hours to make something positive happen for your new distributor. After 72 hours, if something positive has not happened, they emotionally quit the business first. They physically quit the business second. Let me say that again. If something positive has not happened within 72 hours, they emotionally check out. They quit. Maybe this isn't for us. Maybe we're in over our head. They second guess the decision that they made. If something positive does not happen within 72 hours. And remember, always remember, they emotionally quit first. In other words, they make the emotional decision first, long before they ever call and notify you that they're quitting. Okay? So I want you to really understand what I'm saying, why I'm saying it, okay? Bob, Bob, to make $3,000 a month, are you willing to introduce me to 5 to 10 people within the next 72 hours? Bob says, yeah, I think I can do that. Okay, great. This is when I pull out my calendar. I pull out my calendar. All right, Bob, today is Tuesday. I've got an availability on Thursday or Friday. Do you prefer 6 o'clock a standard time, or do you prefer 8 o'clock? Bob says, I'll take 8 o'clock. Fantastic. All right, Bob, I'm going to go ahead and schedule 8 o'clock on Thursday, a private. Which one do you prefer, Bob? Do you prefer a conference call, or did you prefer to introduce me to these 5 or 10 people on a private Zoom webinar? Which one would you prefer, Bob? Bob says, I prefer a private Zoom webinar. Fantastic. Okay. I've got that scheduled here Thursday at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Fantastic. Now, I want you to pay attention, guys, to number 7. Bob, I want you to know that I don't do cancellations unless it's a die-hard emergency. I don't do cancellations unless it's a die-hard emergency. I'm taking time away from my family to frankly help your family, and I take that very serious. So I just want you to know I don't do cancellations unless it's a die-hard emergency, okay? And then finally, number 8, the very last thing that I do. Bob, to make $3,000 a month, did you need some help with inviting the people to the meeting that we have scheduled for Thursday? In other words, we have some scripts and outlines of what to say and kind of some framework that we have. Or maybe you don't need it at all. Maybe with your influence, you can handle that on your own. Bob, which would you prefer? Did you need a little help on how to invite the people? Or is that something that you can handle all on your own? And I let Bob tell me, no, I don't need any scripts. I got it. Fantastic, no problem. Well, Bob, I've got you scheduled for Thursday, okay, 8 o'clock on a webinar private to meet the 5 or 10 people that you're going to have there. If you could be kind enough, Bob, today is Tuesday, if you could give me kind of a text message or maybe even a call on Wednesday, just to let me know how it's going. In other words, how many people do you have committed for Thursday's meeting at 8 o'clock? Just send me a text and let me know how it's going. I want to make sure everything is, going smooth. But if we have any hiccups or anything like that, I can maybe kind of help you with a couple things to, change or say this or say that. Okay? Fantastic. Now let's stop, guys. That is exactly how I get people started. Now, let me tell you what I don't do. Give me a thumbs up for those of you that were taking notes, and you clearly, I'm on Facebook Live here, so I don't know if the internet connection is good, but give me a thumbs up if you got all that stuff there, guys, that I just gave you. Get a thumbs up here. Show me some love. Show a brother some love. All right, there go that love. There go that love. That's right. There it is. There it is. I feel it now. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. All right. There go the love. Here come the love. There go. Oh, the love. Look at they knocking me out with the love. I like it. I like the love. I like some love. All right. Now, let me share with you what I don't do. Bob just got involved with our company. And even though, according to our getting started process, the way that we teach how to get people started, you're supposed to do 2 to 4 meetings for Bob, your new distributor, to help get him started properly in the business. What I don't do is I don't schedule the 2 to 4 meetings up front with Bob. The reason why I don't schedule them up front is that can be considered to be overwhelming for the new distributor, Bob. So if you notice, I only scheduled 1 meeting at a time. And then after the first one, I will schedule the second meeting. Okay? Now, pay close attention. The first meeting, I'm going to do the whole meeting. The second meeting, I'm going to do the whole meeting. And I'm going to make sure that each meeting that I do for Bob is recorded. I want the meeting to be recorded for two reasons. Reason number one, I want the meeting to be recorded for Bob just in case some of his intended prospects that did not get a chance to make it to the meeting, he can simply send them the recording so that they can watch and hear what they missed. Reason number one. Reason number two for the recording is it's a training tool for Bob to see how I went through the information. Okay? Now, the third meeting that I do for Bob, ideally, listen to my language, ideally, I want Bob to do the first half of the meeting, and then I will do the second half of the meeting. Why do I want this? Because I want Bob to now start beginning to do it. And why do I want this? Write this down. What I'm about to say is gigantic. The only purpose for me doing a meeting for Bob is so that I can teach him how it's done. The only purpose for me doing a meeting for Bob is so that I can teach him how it's done. That's the only purpose. So that I can teach him how it's done. Okay? Write this down. The purpose for a meeting is so that you can do another meeting and another meeting and another meeting and another meeting. That is the purpose for why you do meetings in network marketing. But also the purpose of doing a meeting is so that you can identify someone that is willing to do exactly what you're doing as well. Let me explain one more time. I want to slowly get this across to all of you. The purpose for doing a meeting is twofold. Only so that you can do another meeting and another meeting and another meeting. But why are you doing all of these meetings? So that you can identify someone that is willing to do what you're doing. Remember when people say that they want to make residual income, they want to make more money, they say they want more time freedom and all this types of things? Well, I want you to know that the only way you get residual income is, number one, you have to develop leaders first. And then number two, get a bunch of customers. Number one is develop leaders first. So the reason why I'm doing the first two meetings is so that Bob can see how it's done. He can see me do it. Ideally, by the third meeting, I want Bob to do the first half, and I'll do the second half. And finally, by the fourth meeting, I want Bob to do the whole thing, and this is when I can actually watch him do it and begin to actually, tell him what he did right and what he needs to fix or whatever. What is this process called that I'm referring to? This process is called show, shadow, duplicate. You want to write this down. In terms of developing a huge organization that is stacked upon leaders, upon leaders, upon leaders, the very first thing you must do is you must show a person, Bob, what you want them to do. You can never be upset with someone for not doing something if you have not taken the time to properly show them how to do it. This is huge. This is huge, guys. So number one, I always show my new distributor exactly how to do it. But the second part of show, shadow, duplicate is the shadow part. After I've shown them a couple of times, on how to do it, and they've recorded it. The next thing is now I want to shadow them. That's right. You know what a shadow means. I want to shadow them. In other words, watch them do it. And I kind of sit in the shadow and see how they're doing it and say, great job, that was awesome. Or, you need to fix this a little bit, okay? And then after I've shadowed them, now it's time to kick them out the nest in a positive way and let them go and duplicate. Show, shadow, duplicate. Let's say it one more time. Show them, shadow them, and then duplicate. Guys, if you will implement this in your business right now, you will explode. Yes, you will. I don't care what company you're in. You will explode. Okay? Now, let's back up here. Let's back up here because I'm giving you some very, very extremely valuable information right now. Very valuable. Okay? All right. So I did Bob's first meeting. And let's say that there were 6 people there on the webinar. And out of the 6 people, let's just say one person said, yes, I'm in. I'm joining you guys. I want to be a part of this. Well, what do I do next? Here's where most people drop the ball. I do the exact same thing with, let's call him John. John was at Bob's meeting. I do the exact same thing with John that I just did with Bob. Let's take it from the top. John, let me ask you, as it relates to, first of all, I want to welcome you to World Global Network. Number 1. Number 2, John, did you get involved with our company just to enjoy the product, or did you also want to make some extra income? John says, well, yeah, I want to make the money too. Okay, great. John, as it relates to making money, did you want to build this business slowly, or did you want to build it fast? John says, I'd like to build it fast. Fantastic. Great. As number 4, John, how much, as it relates to making money, how much additional income would you like to see yourself make within the very first 30 days? Okay. Within the very first 30 days. John says, I'd like to make an additional $5,000. Fantastic. John, thanks to our system and our company, we've been able to help a lot of people make an additional $5,000. John, to make $5,000, would you be willing to follow some simple instructions? John, to make $5,000, would you be willing to follow some simple instructions to make that type of money? John says yes. Great. Number 6, John, to make $5,000, would you be willing to put together a contact list of names and phone numbers, 75 to 100 names and numbers within the next 24 to 48 hours? John says, oh, that's no problem. I can get that done. Fantastic. John, number 7, to make $5,000, John, would you be willing to introduce me to 5 to 10 people on a private conference call or a private Zoom webinar meeting within the next 72 hours or less? John says, yeah, I can get that done. That shouldn't be a problem. Fantastic. And finally, John, let me ask you, in terms of introducing me to the people, I've got my calendar here. Today is actually Thursday. Being that we're doing this meeting for Bob, I've got an availability here Saturday or Sunday. Which one would work best for you? John says Sunday. Fantastic. How about Sunday, 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock it is. John, I want you to know I don't do cancellations unless it's a die-hard emergency. I'm taking time away from my family to help your family, and I take it very, very serious, okay? And finally, John, as it relates to getting the people there, did you need some type of scripts and stuff like that? We have a couple of guides of what to say and how to say it, to get the people there, or did you have enough influence that you can handle that on your own? Which would you prefer? Some scripts, or can you handle it on your own? John says, well, can't hurt to have a script. Okay, no problem. I'll shoot it over to you. and I simply text him over the script. Okay? Now, notice, guys, I hope you're paying attention. I did the exact same thing with John that I just did with Bob. Now watch what I'm going to tell you next, and we're getting ready to wrap up here in the next 5 minutes. Okay? Write this down. When you recruit one person into your business, I want to give you a law. This is a network marketing law. This is not a world global network law. This is a network marketing law. Write this down. You cannot afford to not write this down. If you don't write this down and you don't abide by this law, you will continue to think that network marketing doesn't work for you. You will continue to not do well in this profession. And I don't want to see that happen to you. So write this down. Law number 1 in network marketing. A recruit is not a recruit until you've helped them get their 2 people. A recruit is not a recruit until you've helped them get their 2 people signed up. In other words, what we're saying is, when you signed up Bob, in my mind, Bob is not even in the business officially yet until I help him make some money. So once you help Bob sign up 2 people ASAP, or it could even, once you help him get 2 people ASAP, now Bob has a check. He has money coming his way. Well, the chances of Bob quitting the business are very slim because he now has money coming his way. Give me a thumbs up if you understand what I just told you. Give me a thumbs up if you get what I just said. So one of the mistakes that I see a lot of new people make, when they sign up someone, they think the game ends once they sign them up. That's not true. The game officially begins once they sign up. See, I'm never happy when someone signs up. I'm only happy when I've helped them get their first check. I am never, ever, ever happy when someone signs up. I am only happy when I've helped them make a check. Okay? So law number 1, a recruit is not a recruit until you've helped them sign up 2 people. So let's go back to the role playing that I just did with Bob. Do you see why when we signed up John from Bob's first webinar meeting, I did not rely on Bob to get John started right. Bob is brand new. He doesn't know what to do. He's brand spanking new. Bob doesn't know what to do. It's my responsibility as the leader to show Bob what to do. We say that again. It's my responsibility to show Bob what to do. Don't forget, show, shadow, duplicate. Okay? So now, let's pay attention. Bob, I sponsored Bob. Bob is on my level 1. Bob sponsored John. John is on my level 2. I want you to listen to this. Every time you drive a leg of business 4 levels deep, let me say it again. Every time you drive a leg of business 4 levels deep, you will always find a superstar. Okay, for some of you that might be wondering, what is he talking about? 4 levels, what is he talking about? Let me explain. When I sponsored Bob, that is on my level 1. When Bob signed up John, John is on my level 2. Obviously, I'm going to do a meeting for John, and let's say we sign up Peggy. When we sign up Peggy, Peggy is on my level 3. And then I'm going to do a meeting for Peggy, And let's say we sign up David. David is on my level 4. Please give me a thumbs up. I'd like to know if everybody understands what I mean when I say driving a leg of business 4 levels deep. All right. They getting it. That's what I'm talking about. They getting it. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Some hungry people on here. They getting it. That's what I love. All right? So now, when you drive a leg of business 4 levels deep, you will always find a superstar. Now, I want you to write this down. What is a superstar in network marketing? I'm going to tell you what a superstar in network marketing is. It's going to surprise you. A superstar in network marketing is someone that is willing to do exactly what you have been doing. Let's write it down. A superstar in network marketing, in World Global Network, is someone that is willing to do 3 presentations per day. Listen to me. Let me say it again, class. A superstar in World Global Network, and this applies to any network marketing company. A superstar is someone that is willing to do 3 presentations a day. That's a superstar. So I got news for you guys. A superstar is not someone who's, I'm well connected. I'm the president of such and such organization. So what? Well, I drive a BMW or a Mercedes-Benz and I live in a huge house. So what? I went to Stanford University and I was the, summa cum laude of my class. So what? That's not a superstar. Now, let me help you understand why a superstar is someone that is willing to do 3 meetings a day. Let me explain. Why is this the case? Remember when you said you wanted a residual income? Remember when you said you wanted time freedom? Well, the only way you're going to get that is by developing leaders. That means other people that are willing to replace you, other people that are doing what you were doing. And the duplication of leaders in your organization is what will give you more residual income and more time freedom to enjoy that income. Give me a thumbs up if you fully understand what I just said. All right, give me a thumbs up if you heard what I said. I'm hoping my internet connection is still good. All righty, fantastic. There we go. All right. So what I've just taught you is I said to you, a recruit is not a recruit until you've helped them get their 2 people. Because if you help them get their 2 people right away, they now have a check coming to them. So the chances of them quitting are slim to none. Law number 1, a recruit is not a recruit until they get their 2. Law number 2 in network marketing, a leg of business is not a leg of business until you've driven it 4 levels deep. Every time you drive a leg of business 4 levels deep, remember Bob, John, Peggy, and David. Every time you drive a leg of business 4 levels deep, you will always find a superstar. Always. Sometimes they may be on level 1. Sometimes your superstar may be on level 2. Sometimes they can be on level 3. Or they may be on level 4. But I guarantee you, You will always find a superstar every 4 levels deep. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Okay? Now, I realize that on this video that I'm doing here, I've covered several different things. I realize that I've covered several different things, and I want all of you to understand. That this is really important, the different things that I've covered. I've taken my time to really break it down to you. I showed you exactly what I say to get a person started. I told you exactly the psychology of why I say it. Okay? And then number 3, I covered the basic laws of network marketing. So now your brain should understand, oh, I see why he did the meeting for Bob, and then he did the meeting for John, then he did the meeting for Peggy. Now I want you to notice what you're not doing. I want you to see what you've been missing. I want you to have an aha moment. Aha! Okay? Now, guys, from doing what I just shared with you, this is how I've put in 30,000 people in our organization in less than 11 months, starting from scratch. 30,000. So you can't tell me I don't know how to build the business, or I don't know what I'm doing in terms of growing a network marketing organization. I've paid a dear price for the knowledge that I've accumulated from my mentors and things of that nature. And I'm here on Facebook Live sharing this with you for free. So I really hope that you apply this information instantly. And I guarantee you will see significant results. Guaranteed. So with that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. My name, once again, is Romacio Fulcher. If you can't tell, I love people of all walks of life. I'm a double president millionaire with World Global Network, and I'm known as the California Kid. Look, I love each and every single one of you. Always remember, in all that you do, there's nobody in the entire world any greater than you. I love each and every single one of you. I'll see you on the next Facebook Live. Make sure you share this with somebody you love and care for. Bye-bye, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.